What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Aquarius Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of January 20th and February 18th, then you are an Aquarius Sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be doing a month ahead reading for the month of May Aquarius Sun signs, and this reading is going to look at the past, present, current energies that you're feeling right now. What you can hold on to, what you can let go of, obstacles you're going to see, lessons you're going to learn for the month of May. So it's going to give you a good impression of what is to come in the next 30 days. This is going to be a general overall reading, so it's not going to apply to everybody, but if you want a specific reading tailored just for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop and I can tap into your own personal energies and do a more specific reading. The link is in the description, but for now this is a general reading. I'm going to be using the Llewellyn Classic Tarot. This is a kind of cartoony deck, but still it packs a pretty strong punch and it gets to the root of the issue. So give me a moment to shuffle the deck and ask the tarot cards the question: what can Aquarius Sun signs expect in the month of May? Alright, just a few more shuffles. I just shuffled till my intuition says stop. Alright, we'll cut the deck. And this is an 8-card spread. Alright, very interesting. Only one major arcana, but I do see a lot of cup energy, so a lot of emotions running deep for Aquarius. Okay, very good. Let us take an individual look at the cards here. The first card we're going to look at is the Three of Cups, and this card represents last month's energy, so the months of April. I'm getting the feeling that April was a really fun month for you guys. There was a lot of celebration. There was a lot of time spent hanging out with friends. There was a lot of bonding. So yeah, this could be with your coworkers, with your family, with your friends, just with your people in your life in general. I get the feeling that there was a lot of merriment. There was a lot of emotional sharing with other people and vice versa. And so I think a lot of bonds grew in the month of April, and you were able to strengthen those friendships or those relationships. This applies to, like I said, friendships, families, romantic relationships. So yeah, I'm getting the feeling that April was a very fun month. It was a happy month, and you got to spend a lot of time with those you love. So that's a great card. Looks like you guys had a great April. This card here represents the present energies, and we've got the Eight of Cups. Okay, after that month of celebration, I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are now looking for something else. You're turning to, well, the Eight of Cups generally, it represents the idea of looking for a new emotion. You've got all these emotions, and you're looking for something new. You're looking for something that's going to enrich your life in a different way. And I get the feeling that maybe a lot of you are thinking about that now, especially from an emotional perspective. You're looking at what else is out there, and what other hijinks you can get into, so to speak. Yeah. So this doesn't mean that you've severed friendships or relationships. It just means that you've done that a little bit, and now it's time to move on to something else and see what the future holds. So I think a lot of you are kind of in a transition period right now as far as where your emotions have been leading you. So this card here represents next month's energies. This is the month of May, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles. I get the feeling that May is going to be a time where things slow down a little bit, and it's time to kind of put in work into acquiring the physical things of this world that you need to survive, and doing so in a kind of slow, methodical way. You're not going to be blazing trails in the month of May, but it's a time to get back down to work. Whereas April was a time for celebration, I see May as more of a time for working and for putting energy into your careers and your jobs, and just kind of being not plotting, but on the grind. If you think about the grind, right, you're back on the grind, doing what you do to make your living in this world. So I think the time of merriment has passed now, and I think it's because you had enough. If I'm reading these three cards together, I get the feeling that you had a lot of fun, but then you're looking for something else, and that something else that's going to replace it is work or career, or whatever you do to create revenue, to create abundance for yourself. So that's going to be the focus of May. This card here represents what you should hold on to for the month of May, and we have the Lovers. Ooh, our only major arcana. Aha, so this card is telling me that you need to hold on to that which you hold dearest. And for some of you, or for a lot of you, this is going to be your romantic partner. And I get the feeling that a lot of you are going to have to spend more time with your partner in this month of May. Not that... I think you're going to need each other, is the feeling I'm getting. That person's going to need you, and you're going to need them. So it's important to spend the appropriate time with your partner, or with even this could symbolize your closest friends. But the people that you're absolutely closest with, I think that's something you really need to hold on to, is dedicating a little bit more time and energy to them. Not just time, like energy, like do things for them, spend time with them, think about them, and make sure that they're a prominent part of your life, because they should be important to you. But for others, I get the feeling that this represents the things that you love, not the possessions, but what do you love to do? Think about the things that you love to do, the things that make you forget what time it is. And that is what this card is kind of saying, is to hold on to that, spend more time doing that. Remember that a lot of you are going to be focused on work. So while you're focused on work, in order to not get drained of your health, of your energy, then you have to spend time with the things that you love in this world. And this could be hobbies, it could be sports, whatever you love so much in this world. Spend time with it so you don't get burnt out from working, which seems to be something that you guys are headed towards. This card here represents the biggest obstacles you're likely to see in May, and we've got the Seven of Cups. And this card is telling me about indecision. I think your biggest hurdle is going to be maintaining focus. Like I said, I think a lot of you are in a transition period right now. And so maintaining focus is going to be an issue for a lot of you. You're still going to be caught up in that merriment. You're going to still be concerned with having fun, and some of you are going to be concerned with finances, and how to keep your focus when these two things are pulling you in different directions could be an issue. But yeah, that's something that you can work on, definitely, is figuring out what you want exactly, and then maintaining the focus in order to get that. You know what I mean? So this is going to require some meditation. It's going to require some alone time, so that you can get your plans in order and organized, so that you're focused on the thing that you want the most, so that you don't get deviated from that path, which could be an issue in the month of May. This card here represents what to let go of for the month of May. We've got the Knight of Wands. And this card is asking you to not be so overzealous in as far as putting your action out into the world. If a lot of you are feeling like it's time to work, I mean, it's definitely a problem when you go too far into it. You go too hard into the paint, and you're going to get fouled. You know what I mean? Basically, what this card is saying, the Knight of Wands is someone who just takes action, and not so concerned with the planning aspect, not so concerned with the emotion, the feeling aspect, not so concerned with the practicality of it. He just goes and does something just because he's drawn to do that and pulled to do that. So this card is asking you to not do that so much. Think about things before you jump in. Like I said, make sure your focus is is zeroed in before you put in any action into this world. Make sure that you got a definite plan of attack rather than just jumping in and doing what feels right for this month. I mean, sometimes this is a valuable thing to possess, but for the month of May, I think while you're still trying to figure out what you want and where you want your life to go this month, while you're figuring that out, it's important not to jump into anything, kamikaze style, because you're not really sure what you want just yet and which direction you want to go. Both of these cards here kind of speak to an unsure idea of what's coming next. That's what it says to me, at least. So don't put any action without thinking, okay? This card here represents the people around you. We have the Five of Wands. This card is about conflict and people wanting different things, so they're kind of butting heads. So I'm getting the feeling that the people around you are going to be kind of scattered in the month of May. They're going to be, one wants this thing, one wants that thing, and the other person wants that thing. So they're not really sure on how to agree on anything, basically. So that's the kind of the gist of the energy I'm getting from this card, is that your friends are going to be kind of all over the place. They're going to be scattered. They're not going to really be too dependable in the month of May, just because they've got so much scattered energy around them, you're Aquarius, so you're not really dependent on them as far as knowing what to do and where to go. They're more dependent on you for showing them the way. So don't worry too much about the people around you. Just do what you do best, Aquarius, and just, be the leader of the pack and march to your own drum a little bit. And that's going to be important for you for this month, so that you don't allow that chaotic, hectic, unrefined. See, all three cards here are very scattered energy. And so I think that's definitely a theme. You're already scattered enough, so don't allow the people around you to scatter your energy further and fragment it into different directions. You need to maintain your focus this month, because you're in a transition period, and that's what you need the most. So this card here is going to be the biggest lesson. Ooh, the biggest lesson that you have to learn in the month of May, and we've got the Ace of Wands. Okay, the Ace of Wands is about a new energy, a new action, a new project, a new adventure coming up. So I think the biggest lesson is going to be, which way do you go? Remember, I just talked about scattered energy. The Ace of Wands is about starting a new journey, a new adventure. And so I think the biggest lesson that you have in the month of May is to be deciding what that adventure is. I think deciding which way to go with your life at this time, not that you guys are at a huge crossroads, and again, this is a general overall reading, so it won't apply to everybody, not that most of you are in a huge crossroads in your life, though some of you may be, but I think that you're coming to an end of a cycle now for a lot of you, and it's time to kind of put your focus and energy into something new. And the challenge, the biggest hurdle, the biggest lesson that you're going to have this month is figuring out what that new thing is. It's important to remember, though, that there's not a race, okay? This is a marathon, not a sprint, so there's no rush in figuring out what you want next. Take it slow, and really, I would definitely recommend meditation to Aquarius this month, just to keep your energies kind of not so scattered, just to maintain the focus and really figure out what it is that you want to accomplish in this next month and moving forward into the future. So yeah, I think let's go do an overview, quick overview, and see what we got here. I think in April, you guys were having a lot of fun. You were spending time with your friends, doing parties and festivals or whatever you do for fun. And yeah, I get the feeling that there was a lot of mirth and merriment in the month of April, but transitioning into the now period, I get the feeling that some of you are kind of tired of that. Not necessarily tired, but you're looking for something new, and you want to, find a new emotion, basically, is what the Eight of Cups represents. So I think a lot of you are in a transition period right now, and a lot of you are going to, maybe this is not what you want the focus to be, but I think a lot of you are going to turn to finances and to career, to work, to kind of fill in that gap while you try to figure things out. I think that's the go-to, if you don't know what to do, go work and make some money. And that's kind of the gist of the vibe that I'm getting here from this card, is that you're not going to be really sure 100% what you want, so you're going to kind of take it slow, and you're going to go work and make some money while you kind of mull it over in your mind. And so I don't get the sense that too many huge decisions are coming this month in May as far as which direction to take your life at the end of this cycle. What you should hold on to is the things that you love. The things or the people that you love the most. Whatever person or activity or thing makes you lose track of time, you need to spend a lot of your energy on that this month, because they're going to help ground you. They're going to help center you. They're going to help you they're going to help you to realize what it is you want. If you spend all your time working this month, then you're not going to be spending quality time with your heart, and your heart knows what it wants, not your mind. So that's going to definitely help you as far as maintaining your central balance and living from a heart-based perspective. Spend as much time following your passions as you can this month of May. That's very important. The fact that it's the only major arcana is telling me that is a very important thing, something we can circle and focus on this reading. Spend time doing what you love in May. I can't stress that enough. The biggest hurdle is going to be staying focused and choosing something. The Seven of Cups, you see this person has all these options to choose from. So this card is about kind of not being sure and not having a clear focus. And I think that's something that you guys are going to struggle with in this month. But it's not a struggle. I mean, I think you guys should really take your time with it. Nothing needs to be decided now or in the future month. I mean, like I said, this is a marathon, so take your time. Make sure you're doing what you love so that you're more closely guided to... like if you look here, these people are in love, and as a result, their higher self, their angels, their guides have more of a presence in their life. Because once you open up your heart space, you allow the higher dimensions to come down and help influence you. And so they're gonna, if you maintain the time and energy that you should be maintaining and putting into the things that you love, this is gonna take care of itself, and you're gonna be guided and led towards what your heart wants. What to let go of is the desire to make action. You don't know what you want. I don't know what I want right now. Let's just go do something and do it. So I think this card is telling you that you should remain patient this month. Don't rush into anything. Don't jump into anything head first. Have a little bit of patience and just take things slowly as they come. And things will work themselves out. As far as the people around you, they're going to be all a little wishy-washy, all over the place. They're going to want to fragment your energy into other places and divert your attention into different things. So maybe a little bit of alone time, or at least guarding your energy in an effective way, will help you to prevent this from happening. Or just spend less time with the people in your life, and more you time. It can't hurt anybody. Or spend more time with your loved ones. Again, circle, dot, dot. That's the cootie shot. No, that's the card you really should focus on this month. And the biggest lesson that you're going to learn in May is that a new energy is coming, a new adventure is on the horizon, and it's going to be up to you to figure out what that is. And I really hope that a lot of you will make that decision based on your heart rather than on your mind, or rather than on what society expects of you. So that's going to be your task in the coming months, Aquarians, is to figure out what direction your life is going to be heading at the start of this new cycle of life. Okay, so that is my general overview for Aquarius sun signs of the month of May. Remember, this was a general reading, and if you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your energies, head on over to my Etsy store, and the link is in the description, and we can get a tarot reading just for you and get more specific on it. Okay, so that's my reading for May for Aquarius. I hope you guys got something out of it. Leave a like if you did. Put some comments in the comment section if you have something to say about this. Yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this and got something out of it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Happy taroting. Peace.